Hi, Coach Robin and I want to introduce you to another essential member of our team. This is Pam, and Pam has been doing the behind-the-scenes work for me forever. She does all the things that make it possible for Robin and I to be out front, training and coaching and making these videos. This is really kind of the core of our team here. And the theme of this video is that there's certain things that we do every morning to set up for a successful day. I think a lot of people just kind of roll out of bed and they hope the day is successful, but we actually do certain things every day to create the environment for success. And I'll probably get into this a little bit later, but you might have to actually go through these things that we're going to talk about in a few minutes several times throughout the day, because you get into situations where things get tense and you get in the wrong mindsets and you start to have bad attitudes. And so we're going to give you 8 things today just to be able to make adjustments and to realign yourself for a great day. So why don't you just tell everybody kind of some of the things that we've physically done this morning that apply the principles that we're about to talk about.
Well, it's important that you be intentional about what you want to do for the day. So we got up early. We went for a long run. We came back. We did proper stretching. We rehydrated, got cleaned up, and we gathered together to have a meeting to get our business plan for the day.
Yeah.
So we were intentional about those things and preparing for our day.
Yeah, and this is something that the three of us do every day. Rob and I do the exercise part of it, but Pam then joins with us, and we should say that Pam exercises on her own too. But there are certain things that we do in our office to kind of gear up for the day. And for us, it starts with listening to some music together, and then doing a time of prayer. And we go through a book together. And currently, we're going through Millionaire Success Habits. We don't read the whole chapter. We just read a little section of it. We will oftentimes discuss a couple verses of Scripture and read a little devotional. For you, it might be completely different. It might just be you grounding and centering and meditating. But the point is to align yourself for a successful day. And in these little rituals that we do, we've actually gone through these 8 points without actually naming them one by one. And Pam's going to tell you what the first 2 of our 8 points are. These are something we call vital behaviors. And these are things that we've determined are necessary for us to stay on track for success. So what are the first 2?
The first one is posture. And as Randy said, we like to make sure we're grounded and centered for the day. So that might just be coming to a place of peace within yourself. Make sure you're not in a hurry. You're not being led by your to-do list. But you take time to just relax and listen and make sure that you've got a humble, teachable heart so that as you go throughout the day, you can listen and you can learn new things. The second would be your identity. Who are you? You need to remind yourself every day who you are. Are you going through life as a victim? Or are you going through life as a victor? So make that choice every day that you're going to start out and you're going to be victorious over every circumstance. You're not going to let circumstances rule you today.
Yeah, so these are the first 2, and they build on each other. The posture is the first one. If you don't get that one right, nothing else happens. You might have to come back to that one over and over again. Then identity or self-perspective, self-perception. You might, again, start feeling sorry for yourself and start crying the blues and thinking everybody else should feel sorry for you. And you might have to kind of grab yourself and say, hey, I'm not a victim, and I need to remember who I am. So that takes us to the third one, which is what?
Relationships. Healthy relationships are vital for life, for business. So nurturing those relationships with those people in your life is very important. For us, we start out with our relationship with God as the base, the primary relationship, and then with each other. So it's very important to do that. Then vision. So you've got to have a clear vision, clear insight for what you want to do for the day. So we get our plan, which leads into responsibility. So having your plan and then being responsible to carry out that plan, to walk out that plan. And as Pam said earlier, to realize that you're not a victim of your circumstances, but you are a victor. You are an overcomer, so you have the capability to walk that plan out, and that leads into...
Yeah. So again, these build on one another. So if you're not posture right, you're not going to see yourself correctly. You don't see yourself correctly, your relationships are going to be in a bad place, and you're going to start, disconnecting from other people. And if your relationships are not in the right place, then your vision is not going to be correct, and you're going to be skewed in terms of how you see the world around you. And of course, then that comes to the point of responsibility, where we have to stop blaming everybody else and say, hey, I'm going to make the right choices. That brings us to the next point, which is faith or trust. And that's where we actually have to put action to the things that we've just aligned ourselves with. And then the next one is influence. We are going to go out and we are going to be an influence in a big old world that, if you're not careful, tries to convince you that it can swallow you up whole, chew you up and spit you out. And we are designed to influence our world and not just to be conformed to it and to the attitudes and the mindsets of the people around us. And so that brings us to our 8th point, which is impact. And you and I are designed to impact our world. So let's go through it really quickly again. Posture, which leads to self-perception or identity, the way you see yourself, which then goes to relationship, which goes to vision, which goes to responsibility, to faith or trust. Faith or trust leads to influence, and influence leads to impact. I know we said a lot quickly, but this is actually a little cycle that you can guide yourself through over and over throughout the day. You don't have to necessarily think consciously about each and every point, but the attitude is the idea is just to keep recentering yourself and coming back to a place of success every time you start feeling like you're beat up or a little dirty in life, to wash that stuff off and start afresh, and then you'll have a better day. So that is our little tip for today, and we want to thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this, please like us and share us on Facebook, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.